Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. So last time I raged about how annoying it was to go through Amane's frequent sex scenes. There is sadly still one more, according to the extras that I was looking at. You know, it doesn't show you the sex scene, but it has like a square placement about how many sex scenes there are. And like I said, there are 4 sex scenes for Amane specifically. Sachi, there's also 4, while the other girl surprisingly only has 2. So, hopefully, I don't have to see it on this episode, maybe next episode, so I don't have to edit it out. But the thing is, it's not even about editing the video that's annoying me. It's about just, God, the fact that she pushes to have sex so much, and the fact that she kind of lose brain cells after you go into her route is kind of making me weird. It's weirding me out, I mean. But alright, let's continue on. Last time we were having sex with Amane, or not having sex technically. She gave us a paizuri, which is a tit fuck. In case you guys aren't really aware of what that is. But yeah, I think that was it. And Yuji was questioning how Amane is so out there as a teenage girl. Alright, let's continue though. Hey Amane, I need to tell you something.
Nani?
It's important, alright. Listen carefully.
Nani yo? 私今晩ご飯の用意で忙しいんだけど。
I know, it won't take long.
何?
About my part-time job. My workplace, that is.
ああ、その話？話せないなら無理に話さなくていいよ。
But well...
JB さんとか榊さんから言われたの。聞かない方が幸せだって。
And you're willing to accept that?
いいよ。
I see.
もう晩ご飯の準備に戻ってもいい？
Yeah.
今日はね、広島産の牡蠣が安かったから牡蠣フライにしてみた。ユージは牡蠣大丈夫だよね？
They're a favorite of mine, actually.
そう、よかった。
What's wrong?
そうだった。ユージに渡すものがあったんだ。はい、これ。
What's this thing? A stuffed dog?
お守りだよ。私の手作り。万華入りなんだぞ。
That's disgusting, Amane. And for some reason, you've written drive carefully on it.
だって、あんたがどんな仕事してるかなんて知らないし。でも、危険なお仕事なんでしょ？
Yeah, that it is.
だから、お守り。ね。
I'm sorry, Amane.
いいよ。あんたが無事で戻ってきてくれるなら、私は何も聞かないからさ。
Alright. Then, thank you, Amane.
どういたしまして。
It's so weird. This whole, situation, this whole relationship. I would consider not knowing something about the person that I would be marrying to be a con rather than a pro. Like, just because someone told you you're better off not knowing what someone does, doesn't mean that you should follow through, right? Like, what I'm trying to say is that if you're trying to marry someone, shouldn't you know them 100% before sealing the deal? Isn't that what it means to know someone? Like, you're going to spend the rest of your life with? I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. You're a good woman, Amane. You know that? A hell of a good woman. Took a focused effort on my part not to start blubbering like an idiot. I guess most people would probably snicker to hear me say it. Kind of overreacting over a little trinket like that, aren't you? But for me, it's more than enough. If I had to make an analogy, maybe it's something like a short letter from the homeland that reaches a ragged, dispirited soldier on the front lines. A single sheet of paper, written by some anonymous female student as a class assignment. Sometimes that's enough to give a man courage and determination to go on. Human beings are simple creatures at heart. As I hold Amane's amulet in my hand, a thought strikes me. A dog, huh? I told her she resembles a dog the other day, so I think it's fair to say this was a considered choice. Not only a lucky charm, but also something of a forget-me-not. Dangerous work. Yeah, that it is. No denying it. One way or another, this relationship might end up leaving her miserable. It's weighed heavily on my mind all this time. But when I accepted Amane's feelings in the form of that charm, I felt as though I'd received something else in the bargain. Something like a home. There's no reason to overthink this anymore. No reason to get caught up speculating about what might go wrong. If I have a home, all I need to think about is how to keep on finding my way back to it. I'm done worrying. I don't know. Do you guys think that what Yuji's doing... Oh, sorry. Like, do you guys think that going to these routes and Yuji changing his way of thinking like this is him progressing into a much more human being kind of being? You know? You get what I'm trying to say? Is it actually okay to not worry about this too much and just accept things as is? Or is his way of living in the first place not that wrong in the first place? I mean, I am more prone to the fact that what Yuji's been doing all this time is a-okay. And I don't think there was any need for him to change how he thinks. But maybe he himself doesn't want to think this way. I don't know. I personally think it's a-okay. But at the end of the day, I guess it's up to the person to decide. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
今日もね、ビタミンたっぷりの緑黄色野菜とサポニンたっぷりの皮付き根菜の煮物に DHA および EPA たっぷりの青魚の王様焼きサバ弁当だぞ。
I guess what I'm trying to say is that isn't this basically we're still playing as boyfriend-girlfriend instead of taking the next step to get ourselves closer to become real ones? Like, it was like that with Machina, right? We were fake dad and fake daughter, but after trials and tribulations, I guess you can say, they actually did meet, or they actually did become somewhat super close. But I feel like with Amane here, she's accepting the status quo and they're both afraid to take things into the next step.
これでカルシウムもバッチリ骨元気
Indeed, sounds nice. Mackerel happens to be a favorite of mine.
ほらサバ綺麗に焼けてるでしょ。これね電子レンジで焼いたんだよ。最近はいろいろと便利な世の中になったよね。はいよーして食べさせてあげる。
What's wrong? Go ahead.
なんか素直で気持ち悪い。何を企んでいるの？
What do you want from me? If you're going to feed me, hurry up and get started. Waiting with my mouth hanging open makes me feel like a complete idiot.
じゃあサバからね。はい。
Damn good. Okay, how about some vegetables next? Give me some of that boiled lotus root.
レンコン。はい。
Yeah, this is delicious too.
なんだこれ。ちょっと幸せかも。いや、でもなんで急に素直になったの？
I came to the realization that I never had much in the way of dignity to begin with. No point acting proud. If you want to do this sort of thing, Amane, I'll go along with it.
そうなんだ。でもなんだろう。それはそれで少し寂しいような気も。
Are we done then? It's kind of a pain to have to ask you for every mouthful, to be honest. I'd rather eat as I please. You don't get it, Machina. Dropping food into a man's mouth is a privilege reserved for his girlfriend. If you want me to eat off your chopsticks, you need to get the express rin instead of Amane. Notarized in triplicate.
なんだよそれ。いや、別にそんぐらいで怒ったりしないよ。
You're dangerously soft. The more you let the little things slide, the faster they'll pile up into a serious problem. Machina, if you want to play sappy lovebirds, you can do it with Sachi.
はい、呼びましたか？
Ah, Sachi. Sorry, but would you mind playing a sickeningly lovey-dovey couple with Machina?
バカップルごっこですか？それは一体どういう？
Alright, step one would be to open your mouth.
はい、フェラチオですか？
Stop it, Sachi. No, please, I am done with the loot stuff. No! Not now, please. We just started, damn it, Sachi. This is the start of the episode. No. No, it is not. Also, it'd be nice if you didn't just casually blurt out a word like that.
すみません、メイドなので。
Seems like we're going to have to start by clearing up some seriously fundamental misunderstandings here. The word maid does not mean professional blowjob provider in a frilly dress, okay?
はい、他にも、はい。
That's not what I'm saying. Well, whatever. This is going nowhere fast. Go ahead, Machina. Feed Sachi to your heart's content.
まあいいや。ほい、サッチン。口あーんしてみ。よいしょっと。あれ？入んないのよ。起きて。起きよ。こんなに起きよ。起きはやだよ。
Good. We have ourselves a lightly erotic undercurrent. This should be acceptable.
いや、よくはないでしょ。別にあんするぐらいしてあげればいいじゃない。
I refuse. For one thing, it's embarrassing.
そう？さっきは平気な顔してあーんってしてたじゃない。
Right. But that's because you were the one feeding me, Amane. There's no damn way I'm going to let anyone else do something like that.
そうなんだ。
Look, can we just eat already?
でもなんかちょっとマキナがかわいそうじゃない？
These sorts of ground rules inevitably get relaxed with the passing of time, so it's wise to start off by making them a little on the strict side. If you're too lenient from the very beginning, you'll pay for it later.
なるほどね。
Also, Machina's really just looking for some attention. No real need to get it from me in particular. Just take a look. She certainly seems to be enjoying herself.
ほいサッチン。次は緑色のカリフラワーなのよ。マキちゃん、それはブロッコリーって言うんだよ。そうなの？色以外の違いがわかんねえのよさ。全然違うよ。そうなの？まあ、どうでもいいけど。バカップルごっこ、楽しい？あんまし。やっぱ私は尽くすより尽くされる方がいいのよさ。今度は私がお兄ちゃんの役やるから、さっちんがアマネーの役ね。わかった。やってみるね。アマネよ。なーに？ユージ。ハバネロ。マキちゃん、アマネよとハバネロじゃあ発音しか合ってないよ。似たようなもんじゃね？全然違うというか別物だと思うよ。別物というと自然と自然界ぐらい違う？その例えはよくわからないよ、マキちゃん。
I think she was talking about ships, but I could be wrong.
じゃあ三式船と五式船ぐらい違う？それも全然わからないよ。それは飛行機？
I think so too, Sachi.
飛行機なんざみんな同じだと思ってやがるな。そんな認識だから三式船と P51D を誤認するのよさ。ごめんね。今度調べておくから。
You don't need to, Sachi. I am definitely not looking this up.
ならばよし、飯を食わせろ。はい、どう？おいしい？大好物なり。次はミートボールでよろしきや。はい、ミートボールね。おまっこ触った手でぐちゃぐちゃこねて作ったミートボールだよ。はい、おいしい？
That's disgusting, Sachi.
美味である。さねえユージ、そろそろ殴ってでもやめさせた方が良くないかな。
I mean, they're not hurting anyone, really. What the hell? Is that really how we appear to them? If so, I think I may have to consider a bout of borderline suicidal depression. I mean, do I really go around talking like a drill instructor with a stick up his ass?
いくら私だって料理の前はちゃんと手ぐらい洗うっての。はい、ユージ、次は尻尾まで美味しいエビフライだよ。おむ、噛むのが面倒だ。貴様が噛め。噛んだか。噛んだらそれを俺に食わせろ。じゃあお口を開けて。どう？おいしい？おいしい。
Was this game ever this lewd? My god, I am actually... You guys have no idea how draining it is to see this this exchange right now. Like, I'm not joking. Like, there are times when you play something and sure, the story can be lewd and it would be interesting, but to me, this just feels a bit excessive.
うわー、こら！あんたたち、それはさすがにやばいから。つうか、私たちそんなことしてないから。
Paul, no hesitation even when given an utterly outrageous order. Is Sachi a pro or what?
あんたも変なとこで感心してないで止めなさいよ。
Then again, pulling them apart now might only fuel the flames of their forbidden love, don't you think?
いいから。
Alright, you two, that's enough. Mommy's getting angry, so the game's over. Stop playing with your food and eat it.
はーい。
Lately, I think there have been some subtle changes in the way my acquaintances approach me. My decision to stop overthinking things probably has something to do with it.
最近のあなた、少し顔が穏やかになった
Have I?
ね。丸くなったというか、つきものが落ちたというか、何かすっきりとした感じね。
I don't know, I guess I'm just the worrywart type. When I don't overthink, it actually makes me a lot more anxious. Can't say I'm particularly conscious of it.
いいことだと思うわね。ただ、あまりふぬけてしまっても、逆に仕事の時にミスをしないか心配だけど。
Come to think of it, I'd been planning to have this discussion at some point. Tell me, Sakaki, how much have you dug up?
あら、何のこと？
My employer, of course.
確か有限会社アサヒクリーンだったかしら。電話が1本しかない不思議な会社だとは思ったけれど、それ以上のことは何も知らないよね。
I don't care that you know the truth, but do me a favor and don't spread it around to the others.
聞かれたって話さないのよ。頭のおかしい女だと思われたら嫌だもん。
So you do know after all.
知らないわ。
Yeah, that's the spirit. Even if the guy who's asking seems like an ally, keep on playing dumb to the very end.
面倒な男ね。
That at least I'm conscious of.
まあ、せいぜいスオーさんを泣かさないように気をつけることね。彼女、次はもう耐えられないの。
What's that supposed to mean?
いやね。なんだか今日の私、やけにおしゃべりだわ。今のは忘れてちょうだい。
Does it have something to do with the reason Amani is at this school?
そうよ。
Alright, then I won't ask you anything more. Just as I have things I can't speak of to anyone, I'm aware that Amane probably wants to keep certain parts of her past to herself. And if Amane doesn't need to know my secrets, I don't need to know hers.
それがいつになるかはわからないけれど、スオさんはいずれ自分から話してくれると思うわよ。
I don't intend to drag it out of her.
黙っていれば苦しくなるのは彼女の方よ。
What?
ああ、ごめんなさい。私、本当喋りすぎね。あなたが話しやすそうな顔をしているのが悪いのね。
Don't blame the victim.
失礼。私、もう行くわ。
Hey, hold on. Shit. What is wrong with that woman? Drops hints left and right, then runs for the damn hills. Amani's secret. I honestly have no idea what it might be. But just as she's accepted me without question, I'm willing to accept her as she is. Simple as that. No! Do you not see the fundamental problem with this relationship? The fact that you guys are hiding stuff, that means that the relationship might crumble at any point if you guys know about it. You know, you're walking a very thin line like that. I've already decided as much. Nothing else matters. What? If it isn't Michiru, something wrong?
今、ユミコと何話してたのよ。
We were just making small talk.
それ以上近寄らないで。
What? Okay, for one thing, I haven't taken a single step. What's the problem here?
こんなところでユミコと二人でなんかこそこそと。ちょっとあんた、アマネの彼氏だって自覚はあるの？
No, that's news to me. I am aware that Amane is my girlfriend, though.
はあ？何それ？どういう意味よ？
Means exactly what it sounds like. Look, what are you so angry about anyway?
いい？あんたはもうアマネの彼氏なんだから。こんなところで他の女と二人きりで話をしてたら、それはもう浮気なんだからね。
I don't really follow the logic here, but wouldn't that mean I'm cheating by talking with you right now? True?
だから、ちゃんとこうして距離を取って一線を引いてるじゃない。Don't move!
Man, this is so ridiculous. Look, I haven't budged at any point in this conversation.
とにかく、浮気はダメ、金輪際ダメ、ネバーエバー。
Tell me something. Why do you keep finishing your sentences with little bursts of awkward English?
うるさいわね。私ついさっきまで英語の補習を受けてたのよ。どうでもいいでしょそんなこと。まったく、あんたってやつはちょっと目を離すとすぐ女とイチャついて。
I really don't remember flirting with anyone.
の言い訳はのいい？あんたがアマネのことをどう思ってるかなんて知らないわよ。でもね、アマネは本気なんだからね。
Well, yeah, I guess you wouldn't usually give a guy your virginity as part of an elaborate practical joke.
うっきー、またあんたはそういうこと言う。いや、あんたにしてみりゃアマネなんて何も知らないただの田舎娘で、適当に遊んで飽きたら捨てりゃいいやとか思ってるんでしょ。この悪魔とデビル。
Man, she really doesn't have a good opinion of us, does she? Amane's from Tokyo, I'm pretty sure.
どうでもいいでしょ。
Yeah, I think she's from
とにかく
Kanda.
アマネはあんたなんかが思ってるよりずっと中心で臆病な子なの。もう察しなさいよ、鈍い男ね。
Oh, her voice kinda cut off there. Weird. You're completely incomprehensible. What do you want from me exactly?
もっとアマネのこと大事にしなさい。あんたなんかにはもったいない女なんだからね、アマネは。
True enough. I'm aware of that. I'll take good care of her.
わかってるならいいのよ。もし次にまた浮気の現場を見かけたら、今度は容赦しないからね。飛び蹴りよ、飛び蹴り。
Yeah, understood. But just so you know, any such action on your part may well cause me to counterattack reflexively. Allow me to apologize in advance.
おっと、反撃すんじゃないわよ。悪いのはあんたなんだからね。
I do understand that, but I can't control my unconscious mind. Well, let's see. If it does turn out that way, I guess I'll pay your hospitalization fees.
入院ってちょっとどんな反撃する気よ。冗談じゃないわよ。
I'll be as careful as possible, but I'd ask you to do the same. Don't start shrieking about cheating every time you get suspicious. Before you accuse someone of a misdeed, you need to calm down and think things over rationally.
わかってるわよ。なんだ。
This one's even worse than the last. Spits out a bunch of nonsensical accusations, then vanishes as quickly as she appeared. Annoying. Yeah, to be honest, I think annoying pretty much covers it. From all accounts, the world seems to be experiencing something of a tsundere boom at the moment. But I'm deeply and sincerely glad I didn't end up with something like that for a girlfriend. People like tsunderes. I personally don't care. Like, I'm pretty much indifferent to them. I don't find them appealing. I don't find them unappealing. But if they get, like, you know, super weird and start being, you know, like super, what is it? Like mean and shit like that, I think I would get pissed personally if I know someone like that. No one that I know is like that though. I guess tsundere really are typically just in anime.
なんだかな。どうしてこう私の周りにはおせっかいな女が多いかな。
How long have you been there?
みちるの怒鳴り声が聞こえてきたから見に来たんだけど、なんか私の話してるみたいだし、声かけにくくて。
Do you have any idea why she was so angry at me in the first place?
ああ、まあね。あの子はあの子なりに私のことを心配してくれてるんじゃないかな。
Yeah, but it kind of felt like she was throwing a hissy fit while she was at it. Okay, I see that typo.
確かにそれも少しあるのかもね。ほら、あの子の知らないうちにいつの間にか私とユージが付き合うことになってたから、それが少し面白くないのかも。
Maybe it was a surprise. I don't see how us dating affects her in any way.
関係がないことも腹が立つんじゃない？それにユージは意外に思うかもしれないけど、あの子ユージのことそんなに嫌いじゃないよ。
I'm not so sure about that.
みちるにしてみればさ、自分じゃなくて私が選ばれたことが面白くないし、自分を押しのけて選んだ私を雑に扱うユージがまたムカつくんじゃない？
Am I treating you badly? Might not be obvious, but I'm actually trying pretty hard to be considerate of you.
私は十分に大切にしてもらってると思ってるよ。
So in the end, Michiru just wanted to bitch at me over nothing. That's what you call a hissy fit.
せめてやきもちって言ってあげなよ。もし私が逆の立場でユージとミチルが付き合うことになったら、やっぱり同じようにミチルを大事にするんだよって言うと思うし。
I'm taking your word for it, Amane. Let's see what you do in Michiru's route. Women are such a pain in the ass.
そうだよ。女ってのは面倒なの。でね、面倒ついでにいいかな。
Up for what? Spare me the unattached pronouns.
だからね、今日も私をいじめてよ。お願い。いいでしょ？
I hate you, Amane. I hate you with a passion. What? Here?
寮に帰ってからでもいいけど。そうだ、こっち来て。
I hate you with a passion, Amane. Look, what are you planning?
いいからね。
Not even Natsumi's voice can save you. I'm the one who decided to accept Amane, to be considerate of her needs and play along with her games. Can't very well complain about such minor moments of selfishness. For one thing, I'm pretty sure there's more to this aggressive physical neediness than her fondness for playing the slut. If my acceptance offers Amane some reassurance, some relief from her anxiety, that's enough for me. There's no reason for me to run my mouth. So we're actually skipping the sex scene though? Oh, thank God!
ねえ、お兄ちゃん、もう8時過ぎなのよ。一緒にお風呂入りに行くのよさ。
Thank God they actually have, you know, what is it? Black screen sex? No. What do you call it? I forgot. Off-screen sex, there we go. Actual off-screen sex because I do have the patched version this time. Did you get Amani's permission?
なーによ、もう夜なんだから大きな声出さないの。ねえ、お兄ちゃんと一緒にお風呂入っていい？え、もうそんな時間？ほんとだ。ユージ悪いけどマキナをお風呂に入れてあげてくれる？
Fine by me, but when are you planning to bathe, Amani?
私今日記書いてるから後で入るよ。
Understood. Alright, Machina. Let's seize the moment.
ちょっとユージ、分かってるとは思うけど、マキナの処女膜引っ張って遊んだりするんじゃないわよ。
Of course not. What kind of a person do you think I am anyway?
よし、そんじゃお風呂入ってよし。アヒル以外のおもちゃを持っていくんじゃないわよ。今日はお兄ちゃんと一緒だから、アヒルじゃなくて囲碁を持ってっていい
？Actually know what that is. That's a submarine. I played Cancol back in the day.
囲碁？何それ？潜水艦なのよさ。今日は晩ご飯カレーだったし、お風呂でテニアンごっこして、お風呂上がりにサイダー飲むの。まあいいけど、あんま長湯しないのよ。わーってるのよ。じゃあお兄ちゃん、お風呂行こうぜ。サウナでクロリンガスが発生したバッテリー室ごっこしよう。
What the fuck? Just an observation, but you've been turning into something of a war freak lately.
まあ良いではないか。行くぞ、小水雷鳥。
Aye, Captain. Why am I on the torpedoes anyway?
はいはい、万歳ってね。いいから早く行ってきなさいよ。
Yeah, from all the girls, Machina is definitely the most fun because you can just talk about anything, and even though it doesn't make sense, it actually brings a smile to my face most of the time.
今日は海軍だから万歳じゃなくて棒振れっての。あまねは全然わかってねえのな。
Well, we're dealing with an amateur. Let it slide.
というか、マキナはいつからプロになったの？まあいいか。日記はどこまで書いたんだっけ？まずは育児日記か。
Machina's been very cheerful and energetic lately, probably because she started playing outside with Yuji on a regular basis. I don't know exactly what they get up to out there, but sometimes she comes back absolutely covered in mud. As the person who has to wash her clothes, it's a little aggravating at times. But I think it's a positive change for her, so I've decided to tolerate the hassle. She's been eating more at meals as well. I've been trying to keep her somewhere around 1,500 calories on a day on average. But she's got a habit of snacking secretly. Need to be careful. She's too perfect, man. The fact that she even calculates calories for you so you don't go overboard and become fat. What kind of superwoman are you? You're not real. Damn it. Damn it! I hate this so much because she's too perfect. For your information, I eat about 2,300 to 2,500 per day. Not only is she eating more, she's eating it faster. When the meal's something like curry, where all the ingredients are mixed together, she'll go all out and drain it down like a drink. It's bad for the digestion to gulp down food that fast. Also, if she doesn't chew it and savor the taste a little, the meal won't seem as filling, and she'll get hungry faster. Need to do something about this as well. Countermeasures. Try to make more meals with distinct side dishes. It takes longer for her to get the food to her mouth that way, so she'll spend more time chewing. Adjust her diet toward nutritious, easy-to-digest foods. Monitor her habits. These days, Machina seems to be getting stronger emotionally as well as physically. She doesn't burst into tears over little failures like opening a milk carton from the wrong end like she used to. Her view of herself is less pessimistic. She isn't wallowing in self-pity over her mistakes. I think Yuji has a lot to do with that. The forceful way he tells her, "You can do it if you try," helps. But the confident example he provides is just as valuable. convinced she really needed that sort of a father figure in her life. She's gotten so much more positive and proactive thanks to Yuji that it almost feels wrong to complain. But I've got to say, she's also been talking like a military nut lately. Her tone and vocabulary are getting stranger by the day. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing in itself, but Makina is a girl. I can't help feeling a little uneasy to see her transforming into a tiny drill sergeant. Definitely something to address. Hey, there are female drill sergeants out there nowadays, Amane.
まあ、育児日記はこんなところかな。そんじゃ次は彼氏日記でもつけますか。
Breakfast: thick whole wheat toast with margarine, aloe yogurt, and a hard-boiled egg. Also some minestrone I had waiting in the fridge. I don't know what's a minestrone, but that's pretty good for breakfast. A bit on the low side for calories actually. That's about 300. My breakfast is about 700 usually. Lunch: grilled mackerel, that's about 200 I'd say. With a side stew featuring carrots and lotus roots. That's actually very small, probably 50. I tried throwing in some dumplings filled with a chicken and tofu mix, okay. Lightly sprinkled with plum sauce. Ate them without complaint. Those are also pretty damn small. I guess depending on how many dumplings it is, it's about 300 to 400. So this one's a bit bigger, maybe 650. He doesn't seem to enjoy meat as such. As such? I guess that's as much. But as long as the flavor is not too strong, I don't think it really bothers him. Chicken seems to be a good fit. A nice discovery. Dinner: Navy-style curry. At Makina's request, demanded it after seeing some submarine movie with Yuji on satellite TV. First thought was, what the heck is a Navy-style curry supposed to be anyway? Curry is really high in calories, especially if you have lots of rice. So I assume this is like 1,000 calories at most. Or maybe at least. Maybe 800 if you don't put too much rice. Sorry, I'm like calculating this a lot because... I mean, why not, right? I am usually calculating the calories on my food anyway. Oh, then again, it's just like a rough estimate. There's no way to know how many calories you actually eat. But as long as you're able to eyeball things, it makes you able to not get fat. Or at the very least, you're able to burn off what you eat. But when I looked it up on the net, I found lots of recipes. I guess it's a traditional sailor food. Seems to be popular in Yokosuka too. I pretty much just slapped it together from the recipe, but it was a big hit. Yuji loved it. Yuji's total calorie intake for the day: 1920. Yeah, see, that's about as much as I said, right? So for breakfast, that's about 300, and then 650, and then 1,000. Yeah, 1920. I was off by like 30 calories. Slightly on the low side, I think. Definitely low for a male. Recently, I feel like he started losing body fat again. Time to slightly increase the carbohydrates and vegetable fats in his diet.
まあ、こんなものかな。
She's too perfect, damn you. There's no girl like this. Heck, girls themselves usually don't even count calories except for the very athletic type, which you don't really see that often. Most of the time, they would fall into the whole scam about buying this product to get slim, or buying that, eating that. You know how they usually work. Well, I can't really say most girls because this also applies to guys. But I think girls are less likely to try to exercise to burn off the calories, to try to look slimmer than guys. But I guess at the end of the day, it depends on your diligentness.
一応あれのことも書いておこうかな。またユージに抱かれた。いや、抱かれたというよりは抱かせたと言った方が正解かもしれない。
I hate you, Amane. I hate you so much. Can we please stop? Please, Amane. The instant when a guy pops it out right after he's finished coming is the absolute best. I don't know about that, but I also won't believe you, Yuji.
あ、そうなんだ。これは新発見だ。メモしておこう。 てそうじゃなくて、ねえまだできるでしょ。もう一回してよ。
I hate you, Amane. You for real?
やだもう、そんな目頭押さえて手を仰がないでよ。ねえダメ？
Well, look, I mean...
よし、そこまで言うなら仕方がない。アナルでやらしてあげる。どうよ。
How am I supposed to respond to that? Look, that's not something you do on a spur of the moment whim, alright?
大丈夫、こんなこともあろうかといつもお尻きれいにしてます。お風呂でちょっと広げる練習とかもしました。指2本くらいなら入るの確認済みです。
I mean, I appreciate that, Amane, but not everyone does want to do anal, you know? I think that's in line with the more... What is it? Perverted slash hardcore territory? Are you a deviant or what? I'm seriously disturbed.
そういうこと言わないの。いつユージがケツ出せって言い出してもいいようにって頑張ったんだよ。それをあなたド変態ってひどいよ。
Yeah, I know. My bad. Thanks, Amane. I love anal sex. Yay! Wee!
よろしい。じゃあさせてあげる。
I hate you, Amane.
私気を失うのかな。倒れるときは頭を打たないように気をつけないと。ごめんねユージ、ごめん。許してユージ。で、気がついたらユージに抱っこされてて部屋のベッドに寝かされてたのよね。失敗したな。
Alright, we're back. Don't worry, people on YouTube. It was 20 minutes of wasting your time. Like, I care so much about Machina sex scenes, and I can't believe just how much dread I see when I go to a Amane sex scene. I absolutely hate them. It makes me hate Amane as a character so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being sorry, I think. Yeah. I'm not sorry for hating Amane. Sorry, Amane, but... Jesus Christ. You guys are not missing anything. In fact, I think if you guys were seeing the sex scenes, you probably will hate Amane just as much as I do. Which I don't know is a good thing or not. I'm not sure.
でもこれで一応全穴制覇よね。
Yes. What you guys missed was they have anal sex.
いや待てよ、まだ耳の穴とか鼻の穴があるよね。そういうプレイってのもあるのかしら。ちょっと調べてみようかな。っていうか私のこの体験記タイガーガールに投稿したら怒られるかな。まあどうせ送るならもっとマニアックなプレイの方が掲載されやすそうだし。そうね、次は耳コキか鼻コキに挑戦してみようかな。
Ugh.
どうしたのよさ、お兄ちゃん。
Well, I guess I'll also be censoring this. Damn it, Machina. I don't know, but I just felt a chill run down my spine. I guess I can have the voices, but you guys are probably gonna see a black screen or something.
私の中で温めてあげようか。
Cut it out. You want to face Amane's wrath?
んだよもう、こっちはもう魚雷発射管開きっぱなしだってのにさ。それでも小水雷鳥なの？
Spare me the bizarre analogies. Get over here already. I'll wash your head.
うーい、つまんねえの。
Alright, here comes the hot water.
うわっ、全部発射管室浸水。
I'm aware that Amane is keeping a diary, but I've never once discussed it with her. Honestly, I'm not especially interested. JB once told me that the contents of a woman's diary, like those of her purse, are best left unseen. Helps preserve your pleasant illusions. True enough, I guess. Then again, when I look at JB or Principal Tachibana these days, I get the feeling that clinging too strongly to your romantic fantasies about the opposite sex can be problematic in its own right. In any case, women are complicated creatures. When you actually start dating one, you'll inevitably end up seeing many different sides of her. Sometimes that must be downright disillusioning. Fortunately, that hasn't been my experience. While I'll admit I find Amane's hyperactive sex drive somewhat puzzling, I really don't have anything to complain about in that or in any other regard. I understand that women at her age have a strong sense of sexual curiosity, and after all, this is her first relationship. It's only natural that she'd want to try out a lot of different things. And while I can't deny the possibility something else may be motivating her behavior, I've decided to stop overthinking things. I'll give her my half-hearted cooperation until she gets bored of these aggressive carnal antics. Me personally, I wouldn't even try to follow along.
いよいよ待望の夏休みよ。やつなすみだ。カムサハムニだ。
What? Isn't that like Korean?
何その三段活用っていうか最後別の意味になってるよね。夏休みぐらいでどうしてそこまでテンションが上げられるのか不思議だわ。
何言ってんのよ。夏休みよ。サマーのバケーションなのよ。ナミコこそなんでそんなテンション低いわけ？
授業がないということ以外何も変化はないような気もするけど。
ユミちゃんは若いくせに枯れた老人のような発想なのよさ。夏なのよ。夏といえばチャレンジの季節。新しいことに挑戦する気持ちをなくしたらすでに老化は始まっているのよ。そうよね、お兄ちゃん。
Ah, yeah, I guess so.
世の中は絶えず進歩し続ける。その進歩についていけず変わることを恐れて自分の中にある価値観にしがみつき、あまつさえそれを他者にまで強制する。それを老害というのです。夏休みがくだらないとは何事か。それは進化を諦め偽りの価値観にしがみつく惨めな老人の発言なのよ。榊由美子、あんた老害が服着て歩いてるような女だな。
夏休みを冷静に受け止めたというだけでこうも侮辱されるとは。
Too over the top to tolerate, but too close to the truth to brush aside. An excellent piece of agitation to produce such marked irritation in an apathetic modern youth. You might have a future in PsyOps.
風見くん、またあなた余計なことをイリスさんに吹き込んでる。
Right. My bad, Machina. Listen up. Sakaki has the right to her own opinion on summer vacation. Her perspective on the world is just as valid as yours. For example, change isn't always a good thing.
R32 が R33 に進化した時なんでこんな風になっちゃったのかなって確かに思ったわ。何の話よ。
I have no idea.
っていうかさ、そうやって偉そうに言ってるマキナは何かに挑戦するわけ？もちろんなのよさ。私はこの夏サクサク職人を目指すのよ。
サクサク職人？何それ？多分パン職人のことだと思います。
Alright. Isn't saksak that bread made with starch from the sago palm tree?
はい、先日マキちゃんとミチル様におやつでベルギーワッフルを作ったのですが、その時にパンケーキの話になりまして。
そう、それでパン職人。サゴヤシからでんぷんを取ってサクサクが作れるようになればニューギニアに行っても困らないのよ。
That's actually quite true. Sago is one of the few main carbohydrates here. Well, not in Jakarta specifically, but some of the places here in Indonesia.
あなた、パプアニューギニアに行く予定でもあるの？
そりゃないけどさ。
The girl's found herself some motivation. No need to be a wet blanket. It's better than idling away the time without any objective whatsoever, wouldn't you say?
それはそうだけれど。確かに食べ物は重要だよね。料理を覚えたいなら私が教えてあげるよ。
そんじゃパンが焼けるようになりたいのよさ。
パンはお店で買うばっかりで、自分で焼いたのは小学校の家庭科で習った時ぐらいかな。
In that case, Makina, how about getting a part-time job at a bakery?
ちょっとだってマキナよ。アルバイトなんてできるの？
Makina, Michiru's opinion on the matter seems clear. Tell me, do you agree that it's hopelessly beyond your capabilities?
そんなことないのよ。無理だって思うから無理なのよさ。無理なんて言葉はない。やればできると思えばなんだってできるのよ。
Nicely said.
知らないわよ。マキナが現実にぶち当たって挫折しても。
So much the better if she does. If you don't know how to learn from your failures, you'll never succeed. Once a kid's out of elementary school, you need to stop holding their hand all the time, or they'll never grow up. Let them run around and trip and skin their knees. That's how they learn to pick themselves up off the ground.
なんかいいこと言ってる風じゃないのよ。
He's not wrong, though.
さすがは風見さんです。この小峰幸、おしめにナウです。
Shut up, Sashi. If you get moist this easily, you're going to end up getting mildew down there. Mildew?
何それ？
Anyway, Makina, having an objective is a laudable thing. Devote yourself to your baking this summer, then fly off to Leyte, or Luzon as your whims direct you. Where the hell is that?
バッサバッサと羽ばたくのよさ。
And so, with Makina's borderline nonsensical explosion of enthusiasm, our summer vacation began. Having a goal in life is a truly admirable thing, just as I pompously informed Makina, but it's not like I've got any well-defined objective of my own. It's been that way for a long time. I float through my days without any clear direction, staying alive for lack of a better alternative. Every once in a while, someone remembers I exist and shoves a job on me. I thought I came to the school in order to change that aimless way of life. Not that I had any idea what sort of a change I wanted. I didn't come in with any overblown expectations, just a vague anticipation of something new. But as it turned out, what changed wasn't so much my purposeless routine. It was the way I viewed the scenery floating past. In other words, my way of thinking itself has changed. Never saw that one coming.
はーい、お昼ご飯の用意できたわよ。いやー、お腹すいたのよさ。ハングリモングリー。今日のお昼はなーに？
今日はね、ちらし寿司とクラムチャウダーのスープ。
Oh, that sounds delicious, actually.
いやー、両方とも大好き。楽しみ。
Sushi on rice with clam chowder? The menu is never exactly coherent, but you're taking things to a whole new level of weird.
ごめんね、両方ともマキナのリクエストなのよ。でもちゃんと栄養価は計算してあるから。
I mean, technically they're both seafood, so I don't see anything wrong with this.
よっしゃ、もりもり食おうぜ。
A combination of a very Japanese seafood dish and a very Western soup. It's the culinary equivalent of wearing a kimono with combat boots. But mysteriously, when I actually give it a try, the tastes don't particularly clash. Most likely, Amani's diligent efforts weren't directed solely toward the nutritional front. I'm sure she adjusted the flavor of the two dishes to complement each other. The sushi is lightly seasoned with shiitake mushrooms and other vegetables, all boiled to a pleasant firmness. The chowder is just salty enough. It's scent reminiscent of the sea. A surprising combo, yes, but the taste is soothing.
おめえな。やっぱマネーは料理むちゃくちゃ上手な。
Indeed it is. Her mother must have raised her well. Marry a woman like this and you'll never come to regret it. Makina, my friend, I encourage you to learn from her example.
大げさだな。
でも あまねはどうしても煮物が多くなるのよさ。
Hardly anything to complain about. Gives you that home cooking feel, right? It's like something a mother would make. For me, maternal cooking is associated with memories of canned food. But Amane's meals always make me think of the idealized, perfect mother I pictured as a child. Her food's comforting somehow. If you have the money to spend, you can get as much exotic gourmet food as you want. But a meal that conveys this sort of simple, earnest warmth is far harder to come by.
芋がらとかふきとかひじきの煮物とか、なんかお母さんというよりはおばあちゃんの味なのよ。
Heck, I actually don't even remember what my mom used to make, other than fried shrimp. That one I know because I remember loving eating when she made some, fried shrimp with those breadcrumbs. Other than that though, I don't know, it's been too long. Most of the time I just eat, just like what Yuji ate, canned food, frozen food. I just cook for myself, or order takeout.
そりゃね、毎日病院で食ってたべっちゃべちゃで味のしないご飯よりは全然美味しいし、感謝もしてるのよ。でも若い子は脂っこくって味の濃いものが食べたいものなのよさ。そんなこと言って、あんた私に隠れて結構食べてるじゃないのよ。この間もリップグロス塗ったみたいに口の周りテッカテカにして帰ってきて何食べたのよ。コンビニでフライドチキンを少々。もう食べるなとは言わないから、食べたらちゃんと言いなさいっていつも言ってるでしょ。分かってるのよ。それとあんたはもう少しゆっくり食べなさいよ。ちゃんと噛んでる？口うるさい母親モードに突入して風向きが怪しくなってきたのよさ。
What's that sound? The grating pattern of electronic beeps seems to be emerging from the egg-shaped digital pet dangling at Makina's waist.
おっと、こいつはいけねえ。もうこんな時間なのよさ。私この後パン屋さんのアルバイトの面接があるから。そんじゃごちそうさま。こら、ちょっとマキナ。ごめん、あまね。お小言の続きは帰ってから聞くから。じゃあ行ってきまーす。もう仕方がないな。
Well, she did finish everything on her plate before she ran off. No big deal.
それにしてもあの子がパン屋さんでアルバイトか。心配だな。
I understand how you feel, but the girl's jumping into something on her own initiative. That's a good thing, don't you think? All you have to do is take a step back and watch over her affectionately.
それは分かってるんだけどね。私心配しすぎかな。
Makina being the way she is, it'd be stranger if you weren't at least a little concerned. But unless you show some faith at times, it'll undercut her self-esteem and give her an excuse not to try.
そうだね。
It'll be alright. Makina's much more clever than she looks. She'll do well. What's so funny?
なんか私たち父親と母親みたいだよね。
You might be right.
なんかさ、こうして何でもない毎日を普通に過ごせるのって幸せだよね。
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong about that. Normal. Right. Normality. I hadn't been looking for some dramatic change from the start. I wanted to find my way to exactly this sort of peaceful, commonplace existence. But the ability to appreciate such things is mostly reserved for the elderly. The exception would be those who've been made to realize the value of a normal existence early on, by exposure to something worse. Amane, are you? No, it's nothing.
なーに？変なユージ。
Come to think of it, the word normal is about as vague as it gets. Normal, typical, average. These are relative points of reference, entirely dependent on your environment. You don't have to kill anyone. No one tries to kill you. No one screams in your ear in the middle of the night. You won't see a corpse rotting inside a train carriage. A moment of pleasure doesn't drag you down into self-loathing and guilt. A moment of misery doesn't lead you to curl up into a ball and weep for forgiveness. Is that what most of us mean when we say the word normal? The absence of such things? Probably so. But there are people who've lived with such abnormalities as their normal. Living normally is far more difficult than it sounds. See, the thing is though, at the end of the day, your normalcy depends on who you are. Or it depends on just how you grow up. If stuff that is bizarre to other people is normal to you, at the end of the day, like you said, it's relative. Who cares about what other people think in the first place? As long as you're not like hurting anyone. Like, even if you are hurting yourself, I would even go as far as that. Like, who cares? Like, the people around you that care for you probably cares, but for the people that are like strangers, they wouldn't care, right? It's only possible when you found yourself a suitable environment, someone, some place, something that enables you to live in peace. I probably came to this school in an attempt to find what I was missing. And now that I think about it, the thing I needed might well have been a woman like you, Amani. If it was going to make her this happy, I wish I'd come up with the idea earlier. It was a carefree thought, a product of the relaxed life I'd been enjoying of late. I guess I'd just forgotten. However, my perspective on the world might change. A truly normal life requires something like freedom. Alright, what you guys missed was Amani talking about her family, how she got her personality from the dad, and how she got her looks from the mom. And I guess it also talked about how they were having sex multiple times during summer break, and Michiru went in sometime and she was like, it smells so bad in here. And now they made plans to actually go out and not just have sex inside of their own cage. I feel conflicted. It's not very weird that you would find a relationship like this, especially like in the younger generation, right? Where people just have sex for the heck of it. Like basically a cohabitation, is that what you call it? I don't remember the exact term. Or basically you live together in a house or in the same place, but you don't really have any committal agreement to have sex, or not to have sex, to be in a position of marriage or anything like that. You just are comfortable with each other. But to me personally, those sort of relationships are kind of strange. But I'll try to not really I don't know, I guess I just cannot really accept those sort of relationship myself. But like what I'm trying to say is maybe the fact that I hate Amane so much is because she reminds me of those sort of relationships where there's not much thought into them. I know she has thought into them, like into the whole relationship, but it's different, I know, but I don't know, the what is it, the reaction, not the reaction, the attitude that she has is not to my liking. But alright, continuing on. And on the day of our date, I'd come to regret my careless optimism. That morning, Amane was in an excellent mood, humming happily to herself as she packed food into our lunchbox.
やっぱ遠足のお弁当といえばおにぎりに唐揚げよね。タコさんウインナーにポテトサラダにコールスロー、余った隙間にいかがわしいほどに真っ赤なナポリタンをちょっと入れて、そしてデザートはうさぎりんご。はあ、やっべえ、これって完璧じゃない？
You're pretty damn energetic first thing in the morning.
そうかな。でもほら、だって私男の子と動物園行くのなんて初めてだし、なんか上がるわ。
Amane, let me ask you something. You do understand that a zoo is just a place where you can look at some animals in cages, right? If she was some devoted wildlife maniac, it'd be one thing. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think many people at our age get quite this excited by the prospect of visiting a zoo.
分かっちゃいないねユウジくん。動物園は目的じゃなくてきっかけなんだよ。彼氏とお出かけする理由でしかないの。わかる？
Well, I can understand what you're trying to say, I guess.
ぶっちゃけ女の子はデートなんてどこだっていいんだよ。どこへ行くかじゃなくて誰と行くかが重要なんだからさ。
That a fact.
彼氏と2人ではしゃぎ回って疲れた私は帰りの電車で思わず居眠り。隣に座ったユウジの肩にコテンと頭を乗せて寝ちゃうの。どう？漫画みたいじゃない？
You're planning this out in advance?
肩に乗った私の頭からは甘いシャンプーの香り。ドッキリとして思わず目を向ければちらりと覗く豊満な胸元が目に飛び込む。あのね、かわいいよあまね。
Well, if you're this fired up before we even get there, I guess it's entirely possible you'll be dead tired on the way back.
でもさ、よくマキナが許してくれたね。あの子絶対についていくって言うと思ってたのに。
Yeah, well, in Makina's words, she's not exactly happy to be left out, but she's not planning on turning into a nuisance of a woman either.
なんかちょっとかわいそうなことしちゃったかな。
It's too early to let down your guard. A few minutes after that conversation, I saw her furtively whispering with Sachi. There's a possibility they're going to try and sneak after us.
だったらもういっそみんなでさ。
Sorry, phone. I have a decidedly bad feeling about this. The vibrations are coming from the work cell phone in my breast pocket. Sure enough, when I take it out, the name Julia is displayed on the LCD screen. Not that I was expecting a wrong number. Shit. Shit. I knew it was coming, but those words inspire a wave of disgust and bitter regret. When JB gives me orders over this black telephone, I simply can't disobey. What's the situation?
タイプ A ハードオプション10分後に迎えを出すわ用意して
Affirmative. Why now of all times? And it's a type A hard option, a top priority mission that absolutely requires my presence. No matter what my circumstances, I can't decline or delegate this to a stand-in. Amani, sorry, but...
お仕事かな。
Yeah, that's right.
すぐに出るの？
He'll be coming to pick me up in 10 minutes.
そっか。じゃあ仕方がないよね。
Sorry, I'll make this up to you no matter what, so...
そうして必ず帰ってきて必ず埋め合わせするのよ。
Understood.
ほらそんな顔しないの。早く行きなさい。
I'll be back as soon as I can.
あ、ちょっと待ってユージ。
Hmm? What?
これお弁当せっかくだから持って行ってよ。お昼食べるくらいの余裕があるんでしょ。
Alright, I'll take it. Thank you, Amani.
頑張って。
That I will. Amani is a reasonable woman at times like these. Exceptionally so. Strangely, that makes me feel all the more guilty. I don't think she has any real idea what sort of job I'm heading out to do right now. Which means she must have a million questions she wants to ask me, and twice as many complaints she wants to throw at me. But Amani doesn't ask me anything. She doesn't voice any of those thoughts. Knowing that fills me with a helpless sense of remorse. I have no idea who you are or what you're trying to pull, but congratulations, you've officially pissed me off. Better brace yourself, asshole. I'm going to make this one hurt. I'll teach you to cancel my date. I'll finish this in one shot, eat my lunch, and be back home in no time. Just try and stop me, you piece of shit.
あまねどうしたの？なんかあったの？今さっきお兄ちゃんがカッカしながら出てったけど。ちょっとね。なーに？喧嘩でもしたの？そうじゃないけど、ユージ急に仕事が入っちゃって。じゃあ動物園は？中止かな？終わ それ。仕事って何？動物園より大切なことなの？ねえマキナ、仕事と私どっちが大事なのって聞く女最低だと思わない？そりゃまあね。でもせっかくお弁当まで作ってあまねすっげえ楽しみにしてたのにひどくない？別に今日じゃなくても動物園はいつでも行けるよ。そりゃそうかもしれんけどなんか納得いかないのよさ。だいたいお兄ちゃんって何のお仕事してんの？
Technically speaking, like a job is more important than what you can do every single day. Like, especially with how they're living right now. They're on summer break. You can always go to the zoo anytime. And even when they're not in summer break, it's not like they're caged up here. They can go anytime during weekends, right?
だから掃除屋さんでしょ？
I don't want to sound like very weird, or I don't want to sound very biased towards Amane or Makina, but I do think that a job is very important, Or I guess biased towards the situation.
掃除屋さんに急に入る仕事ってどんな仕事なのよさ。さあ、なんかほらネズミとか害虫の駆除とかもやってるみたいだし、でっかいネズミでも出たんじゃない？ネズミか。ネズミな。ねえあまね、日本一でっかいネズミってどこにいるか知ってる？え？知らない。どっかの研究所かなんか？浦安。はい？そのネズミはね、2本足で歩いて図体もでかけりゃ態度もでかいんだって。こないだテレビのスタンダップコメディの番組でエディが言ってた。ちょっと待ってマキナ、その話題やだくないかな。そいつっていう。
Shut up, Makina.
ネズミの話はおしまい。他の話をしよう。それがいい。まあいいけど。なんだろう、疲れるわこの子。
そもそも今回のフラニー氏の来日にしたって前立腺がんの治療なんてのはただの名目で事実上の亡命でしょうよ。これは
また始まりましたね。そうやって何でも共和国派と結びつけたがるのはあなたの悪い癖ですよ。そもそもフラニー氏は元国防長官で現職ではないのですよ。
あなたはフラニー氏が現在どんな職務についているかご存知ですか？
はいはい、アメリカの在日対テロ組織サイレントソルジャーズの総司令官でしたっけ？まったくバカバカしい。アメリカの在日諜報機関を中心とした特殊対テロ部隊が自衛隊内に存在するなんて話は私もこの仕事をして20年になりますが過分にして聞いたことがない。
そりゃそうでしょう。一介の経済アナリストが耳にする情報なんてたかが知れてますしね。だいたい20年も内側にいるから見えないんじゃないですか。見方を知りたければ敵に聞けってね。私はこの情報を共和国側の幹部から直接得たのですよ。
しっけな。私だって何の裏付けもなく発言しているわけではない。だいたいあなたこそ日米の安保条約をご存知での発言でしょうね。だいたいアメリカ資本の超法規的在日対テロ戦闘集団ですか？そんなもの少し常識を持って考えれば存在し得ないのは高校生にでも分かりますよ。そもそも声なき兵士たちなんて名称はあなたが勝手にそう呼んでいるだけでしょう。あなたのような虚構と現実の区別がつかない人がいるから不必要な書籍規制が立案されるのですよ。
それは己の主を棚に上げた発言だ。そもそも取り上げ教育なんてものは怠慢の孤児に過ぎない。他人を無理やり吊るし上げて悪を捏造する短絡こそが悪だと私は再三にわたって説明してきたはずだ。あんたまだわからないのか。
あら、珍しく報道番組なんか見ているのね。
はい、この時間はどのチャンネルに変えても同じような特番ばかりなので。下手な漫才見てるよりよっぽど面白いのよさ。私この軍事評論家の石坂さんのファンなのよ。
ああ、確かにね。何でもかんでも面白そうな方に話を持っていきたがるから子供には受けがいいわね。
相方の経済アナリストの弘前先生もその辺を理解した上で受け答えしている節があります。
でしょうね。この前こちらの先生、週刊誌で石坂氏の発言が及ぼす経済効果ってテーマでコラムを載せていたわ。
榊さんから見て今回の一連の事件はどちらの意見が正しいと思いますか？
今回の事件って元合衆国国防長官暗殺未遂事件のこと？
はい。
さあ、どうかしらね。どちらも微妙に間違っているけれど微妙に正国を得ているとも言えるわ。
でもサイレントソルジャーズは本当にいるのよね。
それもどうかしらね。確かに防衛省内部にはいくつかの特別な機関が存在するけれどそんな名称の武装集団が存在するという話は聞いたこともないわ。
なんだ、じゃあやっぱ嘘なの？
そうでもないわよ。国内における原子力関連施設に対する特別警戒隊が自衛隊内でも組織されるという話は以前から上がっているし日本はアメリカの盾としてはあまりに脆いという指摘はもう何十年も前から話し合われているわ。
よくわかんねえ。結局いるの？いねえの？
いるかいないかで言えばいるでしょうね。ただこの夢見がちな軍事評論家さんの言うようなヒロイックな組織ではないでしょうけど。
さて、それでは今回のフラギン氏暗殺未遂事件に使用された凶器ですが石坂さんご説明いただけますか？
はい、まずはこちらの写真をご覧ください。こちらはアメリカの B 社製のアンチマテリアルライフル、いわゆる対物狙撃銃と呼ばれるものです。今回暗殺側であるテロリストは射撃距離 1200 メートルの狙撃に対し50口径、つまり 12.7×99 ミリの NATO 弾を使用したと言われています。一方の護衛側、アメリカ政府が雇ったと言われる狙撃手が使用したのはごく一般的な 7.62 ミリの弾丸です。
Okay, there we go. Damn, the text wrapping is really fucked because I think it's because I put that patch and I guess there's some font issues with that patch compared to the one that's released on Steam.
使用したのはごく普通のライフル弾。しかも射撃距離は護衛対象の200メートル後方。つまり標的であるテロリストとの距離は1400メートルあったと言われています。通常であればまず考えられない距離です。狙撃を狙撃で阻止するという極めて困難な任務を、それもたった一発の銃弾で完遂してみせたのですから、まさに超人的な腕前の持ち主と言えるでしょう。
それはそんなに難しいのですか？
一度でも射撃の経験があればお分かりいただけるとは思いますが、銃というものは思っているより当たらないものです。ましてや1000メートルを超えるロングレンジとなればもはや半分は運でしょう。こちらに今回防衛側の狙撃手が使用したと言われている狙撃銃のレプリカをご用意しました。ご覧ください。
これはよく見る狙撃銃ですね。
そうですね。狙撃銃をイメージしろと言われれば10人中8人はこのシルエットをイメージするでしょう。
Dragunov, I assume?
これはアメリカ陸軍や
M24
日本の陸上自衛隊などでも採用されている M24SWS と呼ばれる狙撃銃です。 通常この手の狙撃銃の有効射程は熟練した狙撃兵と優秀な観測手がいても700メートルから900メートルだと言われていますが、今回はその倍近い1400メートルです。それぐらいの距離になると気温や湿度、地球の自転まで影響してきます。いくら特殊な弾丸を使用しても難しいでしょう。今回アメリカ政府に雇われたと言われているこの狙撃手ですが、かつてのバンクーバー国際空港でのハイジャック事件の時にも活躍した狙撃兵と同一人物であるという噂もありまして。
おー、すげえ、超かっこいいよ。私こういうの大好き。
およしなさい。人殺しなんかに憧れるもんじゃないわ。
あー、まあそうな。悪い人なら殺してもいいのって話になると確かにな。
それでも殺さなければいけない時があって、それを請け負ってくれる人がいる。きっと私たちには想像もつかないような辛い仕事だと思うわ。それを安易にかっこいいとか失礼じゃないかしら。
さすがは榊さんです。まるで何もかも全てご存知の上でのお言葉のように聞こえますね。
小峰さん、あなたそれは
Sorry.
いえ、すみません。深い意味はないと言いますか、思ったことを口に出しただけですので、お気に障ったのでしたら謝ります。
あなたのそういう変に鋭いところ、時々ドキリとさせられるのよね。
すみません。
ところでスオさんは？
まあねえはデートが中止になって今日はずっと部屋で落ち込んでるのよ。
そう。
あまねさんに何かご用ですか？
いえ、そういうわけではないけれど、彼女も待っているだけでは辛いでしょうね。
お兄ちゃん、今頃何してんだろう。早く帰ってくればいいのに。
案外誰かに怒られていたりしてね。
誰に？
そう。
どういうつもり？ユージ。
You need to make that question a good deal more specific.
とぼけないでちょうだい。命令は射殺だったはずよ。どうして腕を打ったりしたの？
Don't be ridiculous. We're talking 1400 meters here. I aimed for the head and missed.
的を外したというの？あなたが？
I'm a human being. Nobody's perfect. Look, the assassination was successfully prevented, and they caught the criminal. What's the problem?
そういうことを言ってるんじゃないでしょ。
Spare me. You're the one who gave me the order knowing full well I can't kill anymore. Look, how about you let me head back already? Just how long are you planning to detain me?
そりゃデートの邪魔をしたのは悪いとは思っているけど、これは仕事なの。仕事に私情を持ち込まないでくれる？このままじゃあなた死ぬわよ。
She's right. That's fine. I always knew it might end that way.
あなたはそれでいいかもしれないけど、あなたの巻き添えを食って何人知ると思っているの？あなたをバックアップしている人間のことも忘れないで。
You knew from the start I was a restive pawn. If it's too much for you to handle, I suggest taking me off the board.
あなたの代わりがいるならとっくに外してるわよ。
I know I'm causing you trouble, and I'm sorry, but this is the way I am. I can't change.
もういいわ。今日は帰りなさい。あとは私たちで何とかするわ。
Appreciate it. It's hardly rare for me to disobey orders in some minor way. Quite the opposite. But today, I wasn't able to concentrate on the job. JB was probably worried about that more than anything else. I know exactly why my focus was off. I couldn't help thinking about the way I'd burst out of the dormitory, breaking my promise to Amane without a moment's warning. I couldn't think about anything but finishing the damn job as quickly as possible, then getting back to the dorm where she was waiting for me. I couldn't get it off my mind. It gnawed at me all day long. It's not just the way I left her behind. I don't understand that reasonable reaction to my unreasonable actions. I don't understand where it's coming from, or what it means. Taking my private cell phone out of my pocket, I switch on the power and query my email box. I find no less than 9 messages from Amane waiting for me. The contents are all very short. Are you working already? What are you doing? Sorry to bug you. Did you eat lunch? Call me when you get off work. Still busy? I want to hear your voice. Sorry, that was selfish of me. Thank you. Understandable, mostly. With one exception. What's this last message... What's this last one supposed to mean? Thank you. As I'm puzzling it over, the phone in my hand abruptly begins to ring. The caller is Suo Amane. I hurriedly push my finger down on the answer button and bring the phone to my ear. It's me. Amane, is that you?
ユージ、よかった。電話がつながって。もうずっとつながらないかと思った。
What? That's over the top. Is something wrong?
別に大した用事じゃないの。あんたの声が聞きたかっただけだから。
I hear some running water. I see. There's an odd sound in the background of Amane's call. When I strain my ear, I can faintly hear something like the pattering of heavy rainfall. Amane, where are you right now? I carefully scan the night sky, but there's not even a hint of a rain cloud. And that's not the only point of concern here. Even across the tiny cell phone connection, I see the typo, I can tell that Amane's voice is oddly emotional.
お風呂場だよ。
The bathroom.
つまらないことで電話してごめんね。
Don't say that. There's nothing to apologize for.
そうか。じゃあ、ありがとうかな。今までありがとう、ユージ。
Hey, hold on. What's that supposed to mean? What are you doing in the bathroom?
私のことなら気にしないで。一人でも大丈夫だから。ちゃんと一人で頑張れるから。
What?
もう電話切らなきゃ。じゃあね、ユージ。電話に出てくれてありがとう。
Hey, hold on a second. Amane. Amane? As the line goes dead, ominous apprehension wells up inside me. The hell was that? Almost sounded like a goodbye. I bring my phone down from my ear and quickly dial Amane's cell number, but the call goes straight to our voicemail service. You can't be serious. Disturbing thoughts flit across my mind. She's always had depressive tendencies. Moments when her face went dark. Calling me from the bath. What the hell is that supposed to mean? She wouldn't. She can't be. Hurting herself? God damn it. Pick up already. Come on. Machina, where are you right now? Is Amane with you?
あまねはね、今日はずーっと一人でお部屋にいるのよ。私は今、サッチンと一緒に伝説のスナイパーごっこしてるとこ。
Go to Amane's room right now, please. She's acting strangely. I'm on my way back now. I'll be there as soon as I can.
いいけど、お兄ちゃん今どこにいんの？
I'll explain the circumstances later. Hurry up and go, alright?
わかったのよさ。サッチン、標的をチルチルからアマネーに変更するのよ。了解であります。
Amane, don't do anything stupid, alright? I'm coming. I'll be there in no time. Spurred on by the hard knot of anxiety growing relentlessly inside me, I sprint all out toward the subway entrance, ignoring the glances of bystanders. Amane!
うわ、びっくりするじゃないのよ。なんなのよ、いきなり。
Michiru, where's Amane?
はあ？アマネ、知らないわよ。部屋にいるんじゃないの？つか、なんなの？あんたすごい汗かいてるわよ。
Amane!
あ、ちょっとこら、ユージ。待ちなさいよ、これ。あ、風見どん、お帰りなさいですばい。
Sachi, have you seen Amane? Where is she?
あ、お部屋にいらっしゃるとじゃなかですか？じゃっとん、何をそげんば慌てちょるとですか？
We'll talk later.
では私のインチキ臭い熊本弁に対するツッコミは
Has to wait.
がっくりばい。
Amane first. Everything else can wait. Amane!
びっくりした。いきなりか。心臓がアナルから吹き出すかと思ったのよさ。どんなプレイだそれ。
Machina, where's Amane?
しかも華麗にスルーされたぞーい。
マキナユージ帰ってきた？
Amane!
何よ、そんなあまね呼ばなくてもここにいるわよ。
Amane, you're...
おお、予想より早かったね。今ロールキャベツのクリームシチュー温めてるから、もう少し待ってね。
Her voice kind of cut off. Yeah, that's kind of weird. What? Cabbage rolls? What the hell is going on here? Let's break this down. First of all, Amane's got a pleased little grin on her face. Secondly, she's standing in the kitchen, ladle in hand, in front of a noisily bubbling pot. Right, a pot of stew just now coming to a nice simmer on the stovetop, as if in preparation for someone's flustered arrival. Did you just pull a fast one on me?
何のこと？もしかしてさっきの電話でなんか勘違いしちゃった？私はただお風呂掃除してただけだよ。
Man, that was a very nasty prank if it was. I can't help but heave a long, heavy sigh. It's not clear to me whether it's a sigh of exasperation at being so completely deceived, or a spontaneous expression of relief at finding Amane safe and sound. And after a brief pause, a few tired words spill helplessly out of my mouth. What the hell is that, Amane?
だからロールキャベツだってば。
ハマネーのロールキャベツは真ん中にうずらの卵が入ってんのよ。おいしいぞ。
ね、食べるでしょ？
Yeah.
ああ、それと靴はちゃんと脱いでから入ってきてね。
お兄ちゃん、土足のまんまじゃんさ。何やってんのよさ。
I hadn't even realized I was still wearing them until she pointed it out. Taking off my muddy shoes on the spot, I slowly walked down to the lobby to put them away. She got me good. As I shoved the sneakers into the rack by the front door, a sudden wave of exhaustion overwhelms me. I have no choice but to sit down shakily on the spot, cold sweat breaking out all over my body. God damn it, woman. I think that little joke of yours just took a year off my life. Seriously in bad taste. Now that I think about it, all of a sudden, it seems Amane's become just that important to me. I'll be honest, the instant I saw Amane's face, I was relieved from the bottom of my heart. Nothing else even registered for a moment. Amane's presence in my life has rapidly become indispensable to me. At this stage, I don't know for sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I personally would consider that to be a bad thing. I don't know. Then again, both... It has its merits, you know? Like, I'm not a robot myself. I know how important it is to have someone more important in your own life. I get that. But I don't think I personally would give it to someone like Amane. But I do know that I'm growing more content with the idea with every passing day. Alright, this will be a shorter episode, but I think we're gonna end the episode right here. I still dislike Amane, man. I don't know, I guess I just like my girls to be straightforward. Or not just girls, but I like my relationships with people to be straightforward. I get that people have difficulties or they have secrets that they want to hold. But if it were with someone that I want to be in a deeper connection with, I would slowly tell them what's going on. I wouldn't pretend that nothing's going on, you know? And I feel like I said, this is just playing boyfriend-girlfriend. And while Yuji seems to be liking the idea of the situation, I personally can't agree with it. But I'm not Yuji, right? Yuji's Yuji, and I'm just an outsider reading his story. Sure, I can influence some stuff, but I can't really influence his core way of thinking. But alright. Man, this route is definitely harder for me to play in comparison to Machina's. Machina's, wow. Man, I am really surprised at just how good Machina's was, I'm not gonna lie. Heck, even like I keep saying, I keep mentioning Machina sex scenes, and I will tell you for a fact that those are very heartwarming. I actually really like them. Amane so far has me just exasperated. I'm like, really? You know? Like she's doing it for the hell of it. Even though I know there's a reason why she's doing it. But still.
セーブしますか?
I don't even like the reason, which is, you know. Alright, enough about what I'm talking about, I guess. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Amane's sex scene will be on the Patreon, which I'm not gonna lie, if you guys like pay for the Patreon, don't pay it for the Amane sex scene, pay for it for the Machina sex scene. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give it a like and sub if you want to, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.